welcome. This is Nina Perez, and this is Straight Talk, no sugar added. Thank you so much for watching. This show is created to discuss life topics and hopefully challenge and transform your thinking. So today I wanted to introduce you to someone who is doing amazing things out there, and I wanted you to know a little bit more about her. So her name is Daiana Negron, and she is a Taino healer, entrepreneur, and a mentor, and she uses her gifts to impact the lives of people residing in Puerto Rico, in Connecticut, and New York. She has founded an organization called Journal of Hope. This is a community where young people can unlock their imaginations and explore their feelings through the power of writing, which I think is very powerful. So, Daiana, thank you so much for being here. And I wanted you to kind of introduce yourself to our viewers and just kind of let them know a little bit about who you are.
Well, hi, Nina. Thank you for
Hi,
having me on your show. It's wonderful to share space with you.
thank you.
I'm Daiana Negron, the founder of Body Therapy by Day and Journal of Hope. I'm an intuitive healer that uses massage therapy, energy healing, and indigenous practice to assist the human's body organic healing process. Healing my body with self-care practices is a vital aspect of my life. And
Mm,
through my practice, I'm able to share the knowledge with the community. So as a community leader, you can find me advising, mentoring, and volunteering for different organizations. One of them being Journal of Hope, like you mentioned, which was established in 2018. And in 2018, I made a commitment to enrich our youth through journaling, a simple tool that once carried me through some really difficult times. I deeply believe in the importance of empowering people to enhance personal development and creating a positive chain reaction that we most definitely need in this world
yeah,
right now.
for sure. That's really powerful. So what made you want to go into doing the youth? What connected you to that?
Well, first of all, I am a mother of three, and being a role model and a mentor to them kind of enhanced this desire to do it more in an outreach setting. So I do volunteer for organizations within the Stanford community where I'm either teaching wellness practices
Mhm.
or I'm teaching them about trade work, right? Especially with middle school and high schoolers, and also just sharing my knowledge. I think it's key that when you learn something, you
Mhm.
also share it forward.
That's so true. And it's great that you're reaching out to like the communities that you're in too, right? It's nice when you can reach back into where you are present. Were you somebody who journaled like most of your life and you just saw it like free you in your mind or?
Yeah, it's a tool. It's a tool. Definitely, I've been journaling since preteens. I have about 10 journals now. And this
Wow.
also includes planners and calendars. So I'm constantly jotting things down, checking off a list. And also, I use journaling as a space to dream, to put
Oh.
down my visions, because I've honed in on the power of manifesting.
Mhm.
And so journaling is a great way to kind of set that intent and put that energy out there.
And that's really important, I think. Do you recommend like handwriting or do you like them to type when they do journaling? What do you like?
There's no rules. This
Oh,
is the way
okay.
you want it. I
Okay.
love bullet journaling.
Hmm.
I love drawing, right? Being artistic with my journaling. I like the structure of a planner. So there is no right or wrong way of doing
Oh,
it.
okay.
Something that I really want to introduce is how to create a vision board within a journal, right? And
Okay.
so that's how you include the how to.
So that's a great way to do it. So it's not just words on a paper or on a screen, but also you can integrate other ideas and thoughts.
Yes, there's
Yeah, that's
no
really
right or
great.
wrong way to journaling.
That's really great. I like journaling as well. It actually helped me. I wrote an autobiography and I was able to pull all my old journals from
Mm,
years. And
wow.
I forgot moments. You forget
Mhm.
special moments or special thoughts you've had in your life or things you've wanted to do and you let it go to the wayside. So you're right. I think journaling can be a very powerful tool in someone's life for sure.
Yeah, and it,
Um,
like you said, it provides a timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And it also shows you how far you've come.
Mm-hmm.
We need more of that reinforcement within ourselves.
That is so true. And it's now that I'm older that I look back and I say, wow, I've been through so much. But going through it to me is the powerful part because you're
Yeah.
actually going through,
Yeah.
right? When you say that you want to reach the youth, and I know that you had used the words that you want to provide teaching tools and lessons on self-regulating. So I wanted
Mhm.
to touch on that a little bit. Like when you say youth, what are you working like what age range do you feel like is a good time to start journaling? Like what's, a good place? And also maybe give us a little bit of an idea of what self-regulating is.
A great time to start journaling is early on, like elementary school. And it is a practice that they do to increase the kids' vocabulary, self-expression, and just get comfortable with, writing, right? The
Mm-hmm.
pencil in the hand and putting it to the paper. So we offer our services to school-age children, and that ranges from elementary school to high schoolers.
Okay.
And in regards to your question with self-regulation, it's a core method to monitor and manage emotion, thoughts, and energy levels. And so we're inviting our youth to explore their feelings and thoughts through the power of journaling. Because keeping a journal, is a great way to develop self-awareness
Mm-hmm.
and sharpen communication skills.
Yeah, and I think that now it feels to me like the youth are losing a little bit of that art when it comes to, writing, thinking things through logically. I think that at least from what I'm experiencing with the youth that I have around me,
Mhm.
whether it's nieces or nephews or, cousins or things like that, I just realized that they're very impulsive,
Mhm.
right? And most of us are. I mean, when we're young, we're very impulsive, But I think now with the bombardment, right, of social media and mainstream and all that stuff is coming at you in such high rates
Mhm.
that I think it's so important. And that's why I really wanted to talk to you because I think it's important for them to sit down and actually regulate what they're processing, right? Because sometimes you're processing all this information and then you have to do something with that, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
That's where I think it comes into play with maybe they get angry or frustrated,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
they're not able to put that down on paper. So I think that's important. And I also think that what you said earlier was a very big key, which was, expanding their vocabulary,
Mhm.
knowing who they are. So have you had already like these workshops with the youth, and what has been like the most impactful thing for you?
Um, I will say this, the most impactful piece came prior to offering the programming. And it's back in 2018, I believe it was, when we were asking people to donate journals.
Oh,
And the people that were donating the journals were self-reflecting. And they were like, wow, like you're making me think about me at that time and what advice I would give myself in that time and what advice I could give
mm,
the kids in that time. And for me, that was this wow aha moment.
mm,
This is bigger than journaling, was because the donors were being impacted. And when it comes to the programming, um, we've started and it's been exciting, right? To kind of take the vision, right, and implement it and make it something tangible for the kids.
mhm.
And I feel that they're interested, that they want to know, how do I respond versus react, which is touching to the point that you had made earlier with everything that's coming in, everything that's happening, all these outlets to get information. And it's like, how do we process it? And journaling is a great way to do that. And sometimes say what you can't say out loud.
Right, right. So when you are teaching the workshop, do you give them like a guideline on how it is you think that the most effective way of journaling? Or do you have a step process that you teach?
Well, we're more guided in providing them a curriculum with information that can transform them. And
Mm-hmm.
then we're giving them prompts. But
Oh,
how
okay.
that journal looks like, that's there. Like I said again, there's no right or wrong way with journaling. And so we've created mindfulness educational program with a focus on self-awareness, literacy, and social skills.
Oh, okay. And so, are you finding that are the youth taking it like a joke? You know, how sometimes they're like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna write my," or are they actually? Are you feeling like they're receiving it, or do you just have like a mixture?
No, I think that they're receiving it. We need to understand that kids are very intelligent
Yes, they
and
are.
they're very resilient and they're ready to be treated as an equal. And
Mm-hmm.
here we're giving them the opportunity to go, hey, these are some of the core things that you need to learn to survive and also be a better person, right? And so no, they're intrigued. They want to
Good.
know. And obviously, um, this is a process where you sign up for it, right? This is not something that we're like, hey, you have to learn,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And
Okay.
and so I believe that they're interested and they're ready to learn. And when it comes to, I'm thinking about the older kids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this just gives them structure. We also give a sense of community. And on top of that, we're connecting this with their current situation, which is social media, right? We
Right.
have celebrities, we have politicians, we have artists, we have rappers that
Mhm.
journal. So this is
Right.
and we just have to find that fine line to connect with them and make it as intriguing as half the stuff they see on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think that you hit a point earlier too, where you said there's things in there that you cannot say out loud,
Hmm.
but you can say in your journal.
Hmm.
And that is, I mean, I guess I wish I had this tool when I was younger, because I would have been able to express myself a heck of a lot better, you
Hmm.
know. But I'm glad that you're doing this. So when you're introducing this program to, do you do this with schools? Is that how you're doing it right now, or?
So currently, we are working with the Stanford Public School System,
Okay.
but we have also been blessed with the opportunity to work with women in recovery.
Oh, wow.
So this is a combination and something that I personally have great awareness that this is going to extend the idea. I'm just aligning with the purpose of Journal of Hope.
Oh, that's wonderful. So when you're introducing this to the school curriculum, right, or
Mhm.
to the school, is it like just something like that they can sign up like a club almost, or is it something that's interweaved in something that they're doing at the school?
And no, it is lessons that we're providing, right? It's an add-on to the education that a child needs, right,
Okay.
to be successful in the world.
Okay.
And the core pillar programming is offered seasonally. So we have a fall, winter, spring, and summer session. And so
Okay.
you can participate in all four sessions or just join one.
Is it like a weekly thing or?
It could be weekly or bi-weekly, and we
Okay.
do 45 minutes to 60 minutes instructions.
Oh, that's great. And I guess you're making them practice, right? So I'm assuming the instruction is also them sitting there and getting over like either the fear of writing or writer's block or anything like that, right?
Absolutely. And we're also engaging them. It's open communication, uh, working with kids or, whether it's family or in a school setting, you need to engage and connect. And
Yeah,
they don't always respond to somebody standing in front of the camera or a classroom and talking and talking and talking. So
that's true.
we engage, we have open communication, we have open discussions. And then also the homework assignments provides them with prompts so that
That's good.
in their own time, they're going into their imagination, jotting down notes and answering questions to assist with the self-reflection.
Is what you're doing with the Stanford Public School something that another school can reach out to you to do with them? I mean, is
Oh,
that
absolutely. We
great?
welcome people to contact us directly. They can visit our website, journalofhope.org,
Hmm.
or they can send us a message via social media because we're on the platform as well, or they can contact me directly.
Oh, great. So that it's, if there's a private school, I was wondering because I'm like, this shouldn't just be to one, school because it's such a great idea. So it's like, if it's a private school, if it's, homeschooling, if it's anything like that. I was even thinking, youth church groups or something like that, where kids are going there as well and they're going there intentionally. So that might be a nice place to also find what you're
Absolutely.
doing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Future future goal is to have different chapters in different cities.
Yeah.
But to be able to achieve that, we need more volunteers. And Journal of Hope does have an ambassadors program that we want people to sign up, because we provide an easy platform for them to volunteer.
Oh,
And if they're all about journaling or giving back or volunteer work, then that'll be a nice place for them to do that. And that information is also on our website.
that's great. I didn't even know that. That's fantastic. Good. So, what if somebody's into vision boarding? Do you do that as well, or do you focus only on the journaling?
No, like I said before, I love teaching. Well, I host my own vision board parties with my business body therapy by day, but it is something that we will introduce with the journaling.
Okay.
And again, we love all kinds of ideas, and we want to expand this where some of our summer sessions will be guest speakers, right? Whether they're teaching photography, whether we're teaching life skills, whether we have a vision board party and the kids are doing, or the adults, right? They're doing a vision board in their journal. So yes, that is part of, right, the community piece, the engagement piece, and bringing everybody together.
Well, can I ask you how you got started in all of this? Did you just decide one day, I'm gonna make a business out of this? This is what I'm gonna
No, I didn't want to add anything else to my plate. Um, no, it was the volunteer aspect. I love giving back. I love working with kids. So a little insight on me, I always wanted to be a teacher, but my life choices and my life didn't provide me the opportunity to kind of fulfill that completely. Um, but I think when you're destined to teach, opportunities present themselves.
Yeah.
And that became really clear in my volunteer work. And so, like I had stated earlier, I do a lot of volunteer work at Stanford Public Schools and after school programs.
Hmm.
Um, and I went to a middle school in Connecticut, and I'm there teaching trade work, right? Because I'm a licensed massage therapist. And in the process of being in the classroom and interacting with the kids, I was like, something's missing. And self-regulation, right? That's where
Mm,
that piece came in. And I said, okay, they need help. I'm not big on complaining. I'm big on creating a solution. So what's the solution? So I thought back about my time as a preteen and a teen, what helped me, because I can relate with the kids
mm,
that I was working with. It
mhm.
was a group of girls, and I could relate to where they were at. And I was like, journaling, yes, that's easy. I could get them.
Yeah.
Okay, we could do this. And so that's where it stemmed from. And then, like I said, journal of hope, or getting a journal at the time, it just evolved into something completely different, right?
Mhm.
We have donors excited, donors self-reflecting, and then I had the opportunity during COVID to pause from my professional life because I couldn't provide services, and find something else to do. And so it was honing in what Journal of Hope was going to look like, what we wanted to offer. And during COVID was when we made this officially
Wow.
a nonprofit. but that wasn't the goal originally. I was very busy. I have a lot going on, but like I said, it took a life of its own, and I'm my role is to align with that purpose, right? With what what am I supposed to support and do?
Mhm.
So yes, I had the vision, but I don't take full credit for it, for sure.
Yeah, but you know what's powerful about what you just said is that you said that you, instead of complaining or looking at things like that, you find a
Mhm,
solution.
mhm,
And I'm the same way. And so I appreciate that you took the problem, which was COVID, right, which is COVID for a lot of people, and you
mhm.
found a solution for what was in need, right?
Yes,
What was a
yes,
need? Because one of the things I'm sure that you know is the increase of depression and anxiety, and the increase in youth suicides, the
yeah,
increase in youth abuse, right? And even women, domestic violence abuse went up 63%. Like,
yeah.
this is a serious thing, right? So I think that you taking and saying, okay, just because this part of my life had to be put on hold
Mhm,
doesn't mean that I can't create something to help
mhm,
others. You know,
mhm.
that's really powerful. And that's something that, I think more people need to align their thoughts like that so that they can move forward instead of being, stuck or fearful or have anxiety or anger for that matter. Cause last year was, I don't even know what last year was. You know what I mean?
Chaotic.
Like last year was, yeah, let's leave last year. But
No, but it served as a tool.
it did.
I'm a small business owner, um, and I'm a parent, and there's two ways of viewing this, with
That's right.
all respect to people that lost family members, with all respect with people who really had a hard time.
Yeah.
There's always two ways to view things, and you have to make the decision
Right.
to go, I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to create healthy and happy habits to sustain me.
Hmm.
And I'm going to check in. I'm going to pause and go, how are you doing today? And yes, we need more of that. And,
Hmm.
yeah, COVID kind of highlighted it. But prior to COVID, we were right there too. I know many 20-year-olds who are taking medication for stress,
Yeah.
people who are suffering from anxiety. Like you said, these rates for mental health within the youth, they've been going up for a few years
Oh
now.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So, yes, we need to provide more education, uh, better vocabulary,
Yeah,
and tools on how to flow with chaos.
that's good. Ooh, that's good. I
Maybe,
like that. Flow with chaos.
are
That's
we going to
good.
start tweeting it?
Exactly. Hashtag flow with chaos. Because that's really, and it's what you said really rings true to me. I think that one of the things that has changed my life in the past, few years is changing my attitude to gratitude. I
Mm,
think that's the first thing you said, and that like really struck with me because I feel like I have 1,000 opportunities to complain. I
mhm.
think we all do. We have a million opportunities that'll come to you every single day to complain.
Yes.
But once I changed that attitude and I started to being grateful, even for my vision, getting up in the morning, the fact that I'm breathing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, because when somebody says to me, I don't have anything to be grateful for, well, you're talking though. You actually have words coming out of your mouth and
Yes.
you're using it with a brain that actually can articulate how you're expressing yourself. And they're like, oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
probably have something to be grateful for,
Yeah.
you
We
know?
need a foundation. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that that changes your perception. Like you said, you can always look at things two ways,
Hmm.
right? And I agree with you 100% that an attitude of gratitude is the way to start. And
Yes.
even if it's just a little thing, just find a little thing. And then before you know it, you're like adding to the list. It's like
Yes.
10 things and then 20 things and then 30 things. And you're like, and then it really does become a discipline. You have to discipline yourself, you know?
It's a lifestyle. You
Yeah.
come out of the list, right? The mental list, and you just arise or become this moment of straight gratitude. You
Yeah.
don't need the list anymore. But this is a habit that we need to create.
Yeah.
And gratitude, first thing in the morning, is a great
Yeah.
way to do it. And I'll say this, there's a lot that we want to do,
Mhm.
and we need to take it step by step and create tangible goals that we
Mhm.
can obtain based on like our family dynamic, our careers, our time. Like, be realistic, and any little step, especially just with the gratitude one, is enough.
Yeah.
And then you just add on once you master it.
That's so good what you just said, because I think that a lot of us really do think about things way too big,
Mhm,
and we either shut down because it's too big,
mhm,
right?
mm, mhm,
Or we get frustrated because we're not there fast enough.
mm.
And what you're saying is very key. Like, just take your time. You'll get there. Just take
Yes.
your time.
Yeah.
And I guess that's, to your project with the journaling too, is take your time,
Mhm,
journal.
mhm.
You'll get there,
Yeah.
you know? And that's really powerful. And I want to thank you very much for taking the time to be on my show. And I
Mhm.
hope that I can have you back, because I'd really like to know more about the body therapy by day and
Yes.
what you do there and how that can help you mentally and physically and emotionally and spiritually. I'd like to know more about that. Would you do that? Would you come back on
We'll
one day?
love to share. We'll love to
Good.
share. We'll make
Good.
everybody whole again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I love that. All right, Diana. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to just let everybody know how to get in contact with you. So it is Diana Negron, and you can email her at body therapy by day, which is DAI.com. I'm sorry, at gmail.com. And her website is journalofhope.org. You can also find journalofhope.org on Instagram and on Facebook. So you can definitely contact her that way. Is there any other way you'd like people to contact you?
They can also see the website for bodytherapybyday.com.
Good. And I will let you guys know that I'm going to have her back on. I'm going to make sure she gets on here. And when she does, she will talk about that holistic lifestyle, because I'd like to know more about it too. I don't know too much about it. So I think it would be great to know more about that, and to also have people connect with you in that way, and see how they can come visit your shop, or see how you work that out. But I'm looking forward to that. So thank
Great.
you so much for
Thank
being here.
you.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for watching. This is Neena Perez at Straight Talk, no sugar added. Until next time.